Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today, talking all about that big Monday Night Raw that's going to be coming up on Monday, which of course is October 19th. This is like the big, pre-WrestleMania bash for the city of Dallas. Everybody knows that every time that WWE goes to the city for the last time that they're going to be there before the WrestleMania, more than likely they won't be getting another SmackDown or another house show or another Monday Night Raw. It's going to be a big one, and there's going to be fireworks. It also means that this is going to be the go-home show to the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view, which is going to be going down that Sunday, live from Los Angeles. And when plans rolled out for this being a big edition of Monday Night Raw, I'm not in the Dallas area. I don't know if they're making any promises. But I do remember that when WWE came to San Jose during SummerSlam weekend, it was rolled out that if you came to the WWE house show, there would be a WWE exclusive pre-sale for you to be able to buy WrestleMania tickets before anyone else was able to buy WrestleMania tickets. I didn't go to the San Jose show because I think that day I was in Los Angeles to attend SummerSlam. I'm not 100% sure what was going on, but I did have my buddy Victor that I was at that show, and I was thinking that it would be like the show's over, everyone goes outside, they go to the ticket window, they buy their WrestleMania ticket, everybody goes home happy, and the people that went to the show in San Jose would supposedly be the hometown talent, and they would be able to wave the WrestleMania tickets in everyone's face and say, hey, we got our tickets first, we got good seats, and it'd be a great way of taking care of the people that live in the area that are going to be hosting WrestleMania, making sure that you bring all of those people in there, and then, all the people that are coming from out of town have to fight it out on the online pre-sale. But this ended up being a huge disaster, with basically the pre-sale sort of never happening. The people that were at the house show received a pre-sale code that they were able to use an hour before everyone else on the same pre-sale date for WrestleMania that everyone else had. Basically because of Twitter, because of Facebook, everyone knew this and everybody jumped on. There was a limited number of seats sold that sold out within seconds. And if you went to that show, more than likely you got, the shit end of the stick. But I don't know if they're doing that again this year or not. But they're guaranteed to have some legends at this show. And a few weeks ago, it was advertised that WWE was going to be bringing in everyone. This was going to be an all-star show, saying that this was going to be a show with Undertaker and Brock Lesnar both appearing on this show. You would think that they're going to be a part of this show, seeing how they are a part of the main event of the WWE Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. We haven't seen Undertaker since SummerSlam, but we saw Brock, not this week, but last week. But this week we had a killer promo to get everybody fired up. But to see these guys in the same arena, even if you don't see them fight, even if you have to see them, have a promo argument where one's in the ring and one's on the stage, and you got 7,000 members of security keeping them away. And then, from there on out, they've said that Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold Steve Austin are going to be making appearances at this show. But if you watch the Monday Night Raw, basically, they put up a thing up on the screen, and they basically are not saying that Stone Cold Steve Austin is guaranteed going to be on this show. Stone Cold is a guy that I don't think has been on Monday Night Raw since 2010, the build-up to WrestleMania 26, when he was the guest host, which I believe happened in San Diego. I'm not 100% sure on this, but there was some talk out there that if you can remember the John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, I believe it was after SummerSlam, but before Night of Champions, they had sort of a WWE Hall of Famer panel that was built up of Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan, which was an ultimate disaster, where these guys were sort of sitting at the WWE Network desk that was inside of the ring, and they were debating who they thought was going to win the match between Cena. Hogan was pre-Cena, is he pre? He was for Cena, whatever the word is I'm trying to think of. And basically, Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels were against him. Basically, it just seemed like they were against Cena being able to beat Brock just because of the fact that Hogan was for it, and they just seemed like they wanted to go against it. From listening to the Flair and Hogan podcast, I would believe that those guys are pretty good friends, and I always thought they had a really big rivalry, which they probably did, and at times probably weren't seeing eye to eye in a lot of things, but I think that they put all of that aside, and they're pretty good business partners now. Flair says there's a few guys in the world that he can call and know that they're going to make money by getting this done. But Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't know if there was a disagreement or if he just doesn't want to appear on the show. But, every once in a while you think Austin's going to appear. Well, no, Austin would have been on Raw that one time when he was named the special guest referee for 27, when he came out, and I think he stunned JBL. So that's probably the last time he's been on Raw, but it took me a good minute to remember that. I remember him being the guest host of Raw more than anything else back in 2010. But, when they put the promo up on the screen for this week's Raw, saying make sure you turn in next week, because they were actually trying to tell you what was going to be appearing on Raw, Stone Cold's face was no longer on there. Stone Cold is going to be appearing with the Stone Cold podcast after Monday Night Raw on the WWE Network, where he's going to be interviewing Brock Lesnar. This is going to be the first interview of Brock Lesnar, I believe, anywhere since the time that he's been in with WWE, other than the 2 times that he's appeared with ESPN on SportsCenter. Stone Cold Steve Austin being able to hash it out with Brock Lesnar should be really good. Obviously, one of the things that I bet they're going to talk about is 2002, Austin walking out on the WWE because WWE was telling Austin that he was going to job to Brock, and able to Brock Lesnar would then be able to qualify for the King of the Ring tournament, and Austin said that he saw money in Austin versus Brock, and this isn't a match that should be brushed aside. This should be built up to make lots of money, not just a qualifier for the King of the Ring. So Austin didn't show up, and maybe Austin's going to try and find out if Brock Lesnar has hard feelings against him or not, but there's no word of Austin appearing on Raw, which is kind of shocking, seeing how WWE made it seem that way in their press release, as well as their write-up on the WWE.com. But we can all keep our fingers crossed. I've wanted to see Austin on Raw for a long time, so we'll have to see Austin maybe not being on Monday Night Raw this coming Monday.